Welcome. Pave provides this series of videos about mindfulness and self-care to support families with coping strategies and self-care. This video provides tips for getting real with feelings. When we let ourselves feel what we feel, we can learn to name our emotions in order to tame our response to them. Mindfulness practices like this one help build emotional intelligence. Humans of all ages and stages experience emotion. We feel and we respond to what we feel. Sometimes, when really big feelings flood us, we react in giant ways that we later might regret. The good news is that self-regulation skills improve with practice. A neuroscientist named Dan Siegel uses the phrase, "name it to tame it." That means you can learn to notice an emotion as something that is happening without letting it take away your self-control. Hiding from big feelings doesn't make them go away and can instead cause them to feel bigger and more unworkable. If we practice naming our emotions, we can learn to experience them without becoming overwhelmed. We can name our emotions to tame them. Over time, we strengthen our emotional intelligence. Body sensing is one way to practice naming our emotions so we can feel what we feel. If we practice body sensing regularly when we are calm, then in moments of heightened emotion, we can call on the mental muscles that we've already strengthened. Before we practice body sensing, I want to share one more concept from Dan Siegel, upstairs versus downstairs brain. We know that when emotions rule, we're not in a good place to make decisions or problem solve. That's called being in the downstairs brain. The upstairs brain is where we can strategize and problem solve. Climbing from the downstairs brain to the upstairs brain takes practice. With practice, this skill gets stronger. Let's begin a body sensing exercise that is one way to build that mental strength. It's interesting to notice that climbing toward the upstairs brain can begin by getting grounded, by literally noticing our own feet on the ground. So, to become present, take a moment to orient yourself in the physical space that you are in. Are you sitting on furniture? Can you touch and feel the ground under your feet? Pay attention to your feet and what they are touching. Notice the lighting and any sounds or smells. Notice the temperature of the space. Is there anything you want to change to be even just a little bit more comfortable? Now start to notice your inner landscape. Notice the feeling of your feet and toes, your legs and hips. You don't need to change anything. Just notice the feeling of your body and any sensations that come into your awareness because you are paying attention to your body. Notice your front body and your back. Sense how your shoulders sit above your chest and how your arms and hands are positioned. Notice any sensation in the fingers and whether there is a flow of energy from your fingers back up through your arms and shoulders. Notice your neck and how your head sits on your neck. Notice the back and sides of your head. Pay attention to any sensations in your face, your eyebrows, eyes, nose, cheeks, lips, mouth, and jaw. Picture your whole body in its current position and any sensations you are experiencing throughout your body. Become curious about your experience as though you are traveling through a house and looking around with a flashlight. If any area of your body is asking for your attention, let your imaginary flashlight rest there for a moment. If no body part is calling to you right now, just choose one that you might pay attention to for the purpose of this mindfulness exercise. As you pay attention to that chosen location in your body, what do you notice? Is there a sensation such as pain, warmth, coldness, hardness, tension, or something else? How would you describe the sensation that you are experiencing in that part of your body? Notice now if the sensation might be connected to an emotion. If so, how would you name the emotion? Would you perhaps call it anger, joy, sadness, impatience, excitement, or something else? There are many emotions we might notice and name. What, if any, emotion is showing up for you in this moment? If nothing is showing up, that's fine. An experience of feeling emotionally neutral is also something you can notice and work with. Take a few moments to be curious about any emotions that might be available for you to simply notice them. Try to avoid labeling emotions as good ones or bad ones, and instead just notice these emotions as part of what you are awake to. See yourself in this moment as an observer to your experience. You are traveling with awareness through the sensory systems of your body. You are looking with curiosity to see if there are any emotions present in your current experience. You are not judging any of these observations as good or bad. You are just noticing what is there for you to see, like you would with a flashlight traveling through a house that you're exploring. What you see is part of your experience, but the person doing the looking is you. You are the one holding the flashlight. You are in charge of what gets illuminated. Now consider whispering inside your own mind this phrase: I have emotions, but I am not my emotions. Consider what that means. You are having an experience of emotion. You are practicing observing yourself in that experience. Your emotions do not tell you what to do. You get to choose. Now, whisper these phrases inside your own mind after I say each one. I feel emotions. These emotions are real and part of my experience as a human being. My emotions do not control me. I get to choose how I respond to my emotions. Come back now to an experience of your body in the space that you are in. Notice the lighting and any sounds or smells. Notice the temperature of the space. Notice what your hips, legs, and feet are touching. Notice also the essence of any sensations or emotions that you experienced during this mindfulness experience. And if you learned anything about yourself that you want to take note of, like a sticky note in your mind, make note of anything that feels important or worth remembering. Consider if there's a color, an image, or something else that is associated with your observation that will help you remember what you discovered. Doing mindfulness work slowly and consistently is a way to build more emotional intelligence and allow yourself to be with big feelings without getting tossed around by them. Don't wait for an explosive emotion to practice. It's best to start with small feelings when things are going relatively well, so your emotional muscles will be strong enough to work with the body sensing practice during bigger events eventually. Over time, you will be able to recognize when an emotion is starting to flood your system and scan through your systems with curiosity to see what's there for you to notice without becoming overwhelmed. Remember, name it to tame it. With practice, you will be able to feel emotions with compassion for yourself and choose a response that feels authentic and intentional. Thank you for listening and learning a mindfulness practice to work with your emotions. If you want more support and resources, go to wapave.org. We have a library of short mindfulness videos that are accessible to most ages and abilities. On Pave's homepage, you can click Get Help for individualized assistance. Thank you for taking time to care for yourself. May you feel what you feel and choose what you do next.